and welcome to our virtual yoga class. We'll begin class laying down on the mat. So make your way there. And notice that process of practicing presencing, being aware of the body, begins right now. And it takes time to cultivate that ability. Continuously check back with the body. So let's gather our breath. Inhale here, exhale, side out. We lengthen our legs, inviting a gentle stretch, perhaps lifting the abdomen just a little bit. We notice the backs of our shoulders on the mat. You can adjust your hands so they rest on your belly, chest, or your hands can frame your hips. A powerful inhale for a powerful exhale. You're starting to be purposeful in uniting the physical, mental, emotional body. You can exhale, side out. Notice your belly and chest rise and fall. Quick scan, notice your neck, shoulders, down the length of your spine, hips to your ankles, to your toes. Notice that as we accept the quality of our breath, we're accepting our experience. You can inhale here, exhale, side out. We'll invite a full body stretch, pointing our toes, lifting our arms up overhead, interlacing our fingers. Lift your abdomen up towards the ceiling. It's a gentle stretch throughout the spine, down the length of your legs. You can focus on your lower back, your upper back, throughout the length of your arms. Point your toes. You can flex your heels. We tend to not pay attention to our heels, balls of our feet. And then start to release your hands. We're going to bend our knees, feet on the floor. Rest your left ankle or shin on top of your left thigh. Now you'll create a different stretch if you're around the hip, if your ankle is close to your thigh, or if it's more of your shin. Now weave your left hand between your legs, interlace your fingers behind that right thigh. The best of your ability, relax the neck and shoulders and focus on your left hip here. You can always bring your thigh closer towards you to intensify the stretch. Practice noticing your boundary and then stretching a little deeper. That's how we increase our flexibility. Two more breaths here. And release. Right ankle rests on top of your left thigh. Weave your right hand between your legs. Interlace your fingers behind your left thigh. Notice that stretch around the right hip. Deep belly breath. Neck and shoulders relaxed. Focus on the right side of the hip. Two more deep belly breaths here. And then release. Feet float off the floor, knees are bent, round your spine. Grab your knees with your hands, chin towards chest and hold. So you're moving the stretch into our spine, mid-back, upper back, around the neck. Then drop your head back, take a breath, inhale, exhale. Second round out of 3, remain here, chin towards chest. Keep your elbows close to your thighs. Drop your head back, inhale, exhale. Next round, hold. And then drop your head back. We'll drop our knees to the right, bring our arms out to a T, and then drop our head to the left. Soften here, neck down to spine. You want to make sure your knees and your head are facing different directions. In this twist, we soften throughout the back and the hips. You can imagine your knees falling further towards the floor. Purposely practice softening the body, melting onto the ground. A moment of pause and rest before the more active portions of class. Invite a comfortable breath. It's difficult to invite deep breathing in a twist. Find a comfortable breath. One more intentional breath here. And then we'll start to bring your knees back to center. Drop your knees towards the left, and then turn your head towards the right. Once again, scanning neck down the spine. Invite a comfortable breath. See where can you soften, just 10% more. Generous breath here. One more breath. Start to bring knees back to center, and then start to shift back up onto your mat. We're going to keep our legs extended. Let's focus here on our hamstring. Let's press that right foot right against our thigh. Let's flex our left foot. We'll start to activate stretches here throughout, behind the knee, around the calf. Lengthen your spine. We have a tendency to collapse our bodies. We want to invite that integrity, that awareness, allow that to be expressed in the body. Hold here, have a gentle little bend to your knee, and then start to drop your belly towards your thigh and fold. Hold here. Hands can reach anywhere. Thighs, shins, toes. You want to invite deep breathing here and to notice your boundary, and then fold just a little bit more. Hold and notice that release and tension. Inhale. And exhale. Start to release. We'll invite another twist here. This time our right foot remains on the floor. Take your left arm out. Let's flex our left foot as well. Lengthen our spine and then twist towards the right, inviting a comfortable breath. Being purposeful and keeping a neutral chin. Chin moves toward your right shoulder. Spine lengthens. And you keep your left foot flexed. Press that left foot towards the front of the room. And then release. Opposite side, lengthen your right leg, press your left foot right against your thigh. Lengthen your spine, flex your foot. You can also relax your foot to take away some of the intensity of the stretch as you fold. Inhale. Exhale. Two more breaths here. And then start to release the pose. Plant that left foot onto the mat. We're gonna take our right arm out, prepare for a twist. Flex your right foot. You're pressing your right foot towards the front. Now twist towards your left. You're taking your chin as much as you can towards that left shoulder. You're lengthening the spine, opening the chest, rolling your shoulders down and back. And now release. We'll start to release this pose. We'll go ahead and shift up into a tabletop. Hands are right beneath our shoulders and the knees or hips width distance apart. Now we'll take one cow and cat pose. Inhale, open your chest, lengthen the spine, lift your tailbone, and then round your spine into your cat pose, chin towards your chest. Inhale here, and then exhale, come back to neutral. Now look over your right shoulder, that's support, stretching that left side of the neck. And now drop your head all the way down, so top of the head is parallel to the floor. You're noticing an opening there around the upper back and neck. And now take your gaze over your left shoulder. You're focusing on the stretch on the right side of the neck. Now move at your own pace, dropping your head, looking over left and right shoulder. Notice sides of the neck and the opening there, any tense spots. Curl your toes, lift up, downward facing dog, and hold your down dog. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Plank pose, hold your plank pose, release down towards the floor. Inhale up, extend the spine, tops of the feet on the floor. Exhale, downward facing dog. Feel free to hear your inhale and exhale. That helps focus the physical, mental, emotional body as we're working on our strength, flexibility, and balance. Plank pose, release down towards the floor. Extend your spine and your upward facing dog, shoulders away from your ears. Move up, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Next round, plank pose, release down towards the floor. Inhale up. Curl your toes. Downward facing dog. 2 more times, moving with your breath at your own pace. Plank pose, down towards the floor. Inhale up. Shift into your downward facing dog. And then 1 more round, plank pose, release down towards the floor. Inhale up, upward facing dog. And then down dog. Let's remain in our down dog. 5 breaths. You're using your body strength here, pressing your palms into the mat, bringing your chest a little bit closer towards your thighs. You're lifting your hips. You can lift your heels. Shoulder blades separate. Inhale. Exhale. Hold the pose, not your breath. And now take your gaze right between your hands. Walk or jump up to your forward fold. We're going to go ahead and sweep our arms up overhead. Palms come to meet in front of your heart center, shoulders drawn down. Inhale here. Exhale, sigh out. Release your hands. Mountain pose, an active mountain pose. Our fingertips radiate. Your core is active. If I try to move you, it'd be difficult to do so. Inhale. Exhale. Lift your arms up overhead, palms up towards the ceiling. We're going to lift our heels halfway or all the way and then keep our gaze steady. Steady gaze, steady mind. Release your heels, release your hands. Interlace your fingers, draw your shoulder blades closer together. Lift your gaze up towards the ceiling. Bend your knees, pull down to a forward fold, keeping your elbows extended behind you. Maintain that stretch in the upper back and chest. Hands to your shins. We're going to inhale halfway up 3 rounds. Exhale, release, making sure we're softening our neck when we fold. Inhale. Exhale. Third round, inhale halfway up. Exhale, release. This time, let's roll up slowly. Head will come up last. Mountain pose with hands framing your hips, or if you prefer to take your hands in front of your heart center, go ahead and do that. We're going to focus on a little mini meditation here. The more difficult part of yoga is that stillness. Let's inhale and exhale. For this moment. Inhale and exhale. Appreciating your breath, appreciating your experience. If your eyes are closed, open your eyes. Take your hand right in front of your heart center. Take your right foot out behind you. We're preparing for Warrior 3. So it's a balanced pose that also uses a lot of strength, core strength, and also opens up more around our hips, stretches around our quads and our glutes. You want to keep the tiniest little bend to that left knee. Allow that little bend to support you as you balance. Now remember, check in to see where your Warrior 3 is. As you're working on balance, you can just float your foot off a few inches or a foot off the floor. Keep your gaze steady. You're practicing your Warrior 3 there. You can also try to dip your chest as much as you can towards the floor so your chest and your leg end up being parallel to the floor. Hands can come out to a T. Your hands can remain in front of your heart center, or your hands can come out in front like a superhero. Keep your gaze steady here. Feel free to step in or out of this pose. Fire up that left glute, left quad. Open up that right hip. And now drop both hands to the floor. Now your hands are directly beneath your shoulders. Lift that right leg as high as you can. Drop your belly towards your thigh. Relax your neck, your head. Now right foot meets that left foot. Hands to shins. Let's inhale halfway up, 3 rounds. Softening the neck as you fold down. Back is flat as you lift. Sync up your breath. Exhale, release. Your choice how you come up to standing. Make it your practice. Whichever way supports you. Mountain pose, hands framing your hips, or mountain pose, hands in front of your heart center. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale again. Exhale. Start to shift into your Warrior 3. This time we're planting our right foot onto the floor. Take your left foot a few inches or a foot behind you. Have a little bend to that right knee. And then see where your Warrior 3 is on this side. Remember, you're activating that right glute quad to support you. Lots of core strength here. Keep your gaze steady. Keep your breath steady. Deep belly breath here. Drop your hands on the floor. Make sure your fingers are right beneath your shoulders. You can float. You can take your fingertips here to the floor. Lift your left leg as high as you can. Be mindful of relaxing your neck, your head. Drop your belly towards your thigh. And then left foot meets your right foot, 3 rounds. We inhale halfway up. Exhale, release, second round. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, Release. Third round. Back is flat. Soften your neck as you fold. Your choice how you come up to standing. Make it purposeful how you come up to standing. Let us support you where you are right now. Spine lengthens. Inhale here. Exhale. Second breath. And third breath. We're preparing for a sun salutation here. Welcoming who you are. Welcoming your experience. The truth of who you are. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, bend your knees, fold down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, release. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, release. Third round. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, release. Step back into your plank pose, hands on the floor. Activate your core strength, glute strength, quad strength. Remain here. And I release down all the way down towards the floor. Belly's on the floor, hands frame your chest. Lengthen your spine, shoulders are away from your ears. And then lift up, downward facing dog. Generous breath here. Press your hands onto the floor. Lift your right leg, bend your right knee, stack your hips to the right. Right knee towards that right elbow, hover. Lift your leg, bend your knee, stack your hips and hold. And now release your foot back down to the floor, and by the generous breath, lift your left leg, bend your left knee, stack your hips. And now left knee towards your left elbow, hover, core strength here. Lift your leg, bend your knee, stack your hips. And now release your foot back down towards the floor. We're going to shift down into a child's pose. Knees sit close together or knees to the edges of your mat. Forehead on the floor. Hold. Allow your breath to be whatever it needs to be. Three more breaths here in your child's pose. Now start to shift out of your child's pose. We'll go ahead and sit in a cross-legged position. spine long, hands on your shins. Let's bring our shoulders up towards our ears and up and down. As I'm bringing my shoulders down, I'm purposely bringing my shoulder blades closer together. Elbows remain soft, close to your torso. Palms softly rest on your knees. Another round, and then back to neutral. Notice which leg is forward and then switch it out in the effort of balance. We tend to favor different sides of our body. Now, hands rest on your knees. Drop your chin towards your chest and then roll your head from one shoulder to the next. Either full circle or half circle. Notice sides of the neck, around the throat, back of the neck, but also notice your upper back, shoulders. You can always come back to neutral to work on meditation. Head comes back to neutral. Inhale, exhale. Start to open your eyes. If your eyes are closed, shift out of position so soles of the feet touch, and then start to fold over. Your elbows can rest right in the creases of your knees. Gently drop your belly towards the floor. Lengthen the spine. Chin is neutral. Inhale. Exhale here. One more breath. And release. We'll go ahead and lengthen our legs out in front for a workout. Take your palms out towards the ceiling and slowly release. Chin towards chest, find a point to hover. Your feet can float off the floor. Any shaking in spine. Part of the process of building strength here. Glutes, quads, core. Chin moves towards your chest. Release to prevent any injury there. And then drop your head all the way back. Soften your tailbone. Quick body scan. Notice your neck, down the spine, hips to your ankles and toes. Bend your knees, float your feet off the floor, hands to knees, rock to the left and to the right. We'll start to shift into a butterfly pose. Soles of the feet touch. With a few breaths here, hands can rest on your belly or chest. Make this a purposeful exercise to return to your full breath. This is the full breath you can return to throughout your day. Typically throughout the day, we don't take full breaths, so we actually have to reacquaint ourselves with our full breath. See what that feels like in your body. Where does it feel comfortable? Where does it not feel comfortable? Two more breaths here. Soften down the spine to your tailbone, hips. And then we'll start to shift into our last pose, our resting pose of the class, our Shavasana. Legs are long, hands can frame your hips, palms facing up towards the ceiling. And you can allow your breath to go back to its natural rhythm, or if you prefer to practice that deep breath, go ahead and do that. In this pose is an opportunity to release expectations of the self. There's not performance here. It's not about doing. This is practicing that wisdom of doing nothing. Do soften your forehead and jaw, neck and shoulders, down the length of your arms to your wrists, to your fingertips. Soften the upper back, mid back, lower back down to your hips. Down the length of your legs, knees, ankles, and toes. We'll start to shift our attention back to our breath, inviting a generous and a leisurely inhale and exhale. You can restore some movement to your fingertips and your toes. Invite a full body stretch, lifting your arms up overhead, pointing your toes. You can also turn your body to the left or to the right, allowing it to remain heavy and relaxed. And then after the next breath or two, start to make your way up to your seat. You can sit in a cross-legged position or sit on your ankles, as I'm doing. And then notice that throughout your practice, you've been practicing presence. Returning to the body, bridging the physical, mental, emotional body in a more intentional way. So with that in mind, we'll conclude the class in appreciation for breath. Let's take our hands in front of our heart center, and in gratitude, we inhale here and exhale. And in the tradition of yoga, the highest in me is the highest in you.